Hey, my wonderful Capricorns. Christina here with Ginger Mama Tarot, coming at you with your June Tarotscope. Are we ready to dive in? I wasn't sure which sign I was going to do next, and as I was shuffling my cards, I said, God, tell me. And immediately, the Emperor, the Four of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles reversed came out. I said, is this Capricorn energy? And it was like I heard an airplane go off, and I said, and are they traveling or something to do with travel? And the hand of God fell out. So I don't know if this actually in the month of June will be physical travel for you, or if this is just, it just feels like an energy I was trying to channel for you. And literally it's this horse. I mean, it's this card. And I read over on TikTok, and this is so much of what comes out as well. Especially if you identify as a masculine energy. Excuse me. Again. I'm sorry to cough on camera, but wow, many of you are just, you're like, I don't know what to say or do. And you do though, you do know. And if you're more of a feminine energy, you're sitting there too, like, I don't know what to do, or you're waiting. It's like, don't wait. Take the action. You must step forward. What is the action you are being called to take, okay? Many of you might be having financial difficulties right now. The King of Pentacles reversed. And again, especially if your counterparts, like, Source is going to bring you money, okay? It's going to work out. But if you're a feminine energy watching this, understand you need to be stepping into your Emperor energy. That masculine energy, that drive, that focus on work, that flow with Source, where even when you're tired, even when you're like, I don't really want to do it, Source is like, no, you're going to do it. Like, come on, we're going to flow. I'm going to get you there. And if you're a masculine energy who has Capricorn placements, please understand that, like, you're waiting to tell someone how you feel or to make a commitment to being an authentic, conscious connection with someone. That doesn't mean marriage, guys. It just means telling someone the truth, right? Like starting over. That is imbalanced, right? And the goal of this with with everyone internally is that yin yang, that internal balance of divine feminine and divine masculine energy. But yeah, money seems very significant for Capricorns right now. It's almost like the more you resist right now, the more difficult your finances will become. And I myself, I do not have Capricorn in my big three or my Venus, but I do have an entire stellium in Capricorn. It's very heavy. So I take this for myself as well. I know that the more I resist and the more I think finances are something to be afraid of, the more problematic it becomes. So ask yourself, are you in a scarcity mindset? Did people in your orbit growing up or society in general tell you money is hard? You gotta really work. You gotta nonstop go, 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 go. Or are you in a place where you're like, money flows easily to me so long as I'm working when Source calls me to? And myself included. It's like I flow. If Source tells me to sit on here and finish all of the posts tonight for the Tarotscopes, I will. But if Source is like, no, we just want you to do 2 or 3, then that's what I do. And money seems to just work and flow. And that does not mean it has not been difficult or challenging. I think the majority of my challenges have kind of been like energetic lately. I'm trying to learn how to utilize my gifts and abilities, which some of you feminine energies, it might be the same way, where you're realizing when you connect with certain people to do readings or channel for them, because you're trying to make money, right? That suddenly the energetic kickback, even on the internet or a phone call, even through an email reading, is huge. And you're like, oh my gosh, Source, how do I process and deal with this? And Source is trying to guide you and show you how to do that. So focus on that. Does Source want you in meditation, clearing energy a certain way, only serving a certain clientele or a certain price point? Really get specific and real with yourself about that. And masculine energies too, you might be really called to ask how you make money. And if you guys are comfortable in that, great. If you know that's where Source wants you, great. Because I do talk to some masculines that are like, no, I know I'm in the right job. I'm like, great, go with it. And they know through Source. I'm like, great. But what's happening for you masculines right now? Look at these cards flying out. What's happening if you're the more masculine energy? And if you're like, which one's more masculine? Guys, if you ran from the connection, if you're more avoidant, if you ghosted, you are the more masculine energy, loves. It's like King of Cups reversed, the Moon reversed. This kind of fell on its side. It's like, you're like, do I tell them the secret? What's the secret? That you love them. That's the secret, guys. That you have feelings for them. And I think some of you, maybe Capricorn placements, are worried that this feminine energy might like be super strict with boundaries or critical of you or what you have done, because maybe in the past you were not being very just or balanced with them. You were not being honest or true, or just you weren't healed yet, guys. That's okay. Travel forward and look to the future and understand telling someone how you feel, even if they reject you, and I'm not saying they will, but even if they do, is part of you having to own those feelings of yourself and say, there's nothing wrong with me feeling this way. And your divine feminines, it's the same way. When they released you, they had to realize, hey, if I don't release this connection and say the truth of how I feel, then I'm never going to ascend, grow, and get my what? Abundance. 10 of Pentacles here. I am telling you, whether you are masculine or feminine, if you've not released yet, if you're like, what's released, Christina? What's this stuff you're talking about? Please go to my website, gingermama.com. There is a link to my free blog posts. And if you scroll down a little bit, there's one on the twin flame journey that is very helpful. There's also great examples of what wounded feminine and masculine energy looks like. And it's a very, I know you logical earth sign Capricorns here, it's a really great checklist where you're like, because we both have both. It's like, what do I do? Check, check, check. Like, what am I working on? Check, check, check. Where can I improve? And maybe that's what you're called to do for the month of June, is focus on that. Also, some of you, this month of June, you're going to get clarity on, okay, this 3 of Pentacles fell to the side. Who you collaborate with in your environment, right? Friends, family, neighbors, coworkers, whoever. Who you actually can trust and celebrate with, but who you need to lay the sword down and cut out of your life. Because some of you, there are some just a few shady people there. And it's not even that you're cutting them out for good. Understand, right now you're just like, you're not in the right energy as I am, or the same frequency. So I'm going to set a boundary here, lay down my sword and the light uprighter, and focus on how I can find more clarity on who my soul tribe is, right? And yeah, there could be a fire sign to a masculine energy in your life that is just pretty angry, or just a masculine or feminine energy in general that just can really have a temper and be angry. So lay that burden down. Don't be shy about telling them how you feel. Don't be shy about changing this and saying, no, I'm not tolerating that. Why? Because you're the sun. Capricorns, you're the sun. You do not tolerate imbalanced masculine energy. Even if it's not a lover, guys, it can be a friend, coworker, family member. It's like, who is that person that just, they don't stop? Or are you that person? Do you get angry when things don't go exactly your way? Do you communicate clearly with others and calmly? Are you able to sit down and have a conversation if someone asks you to do that? That's it though, I'm just saying. And as an Aries over here, I know, trust me, people can feel angry, right? Like, anger is part of life. Like, you can't avoid anger, but what you can do is learn, I process my anger on my own time. I process my anger in my own way. I channel that on my own. I never take that out on others. And when I do, I apologize, I take accountability, and I learn and I grow from that lesson, because we all do this. I'm not just harping on fire signs. We all do this. So you have the strength to get really real with yourself and to kind of keep your guard up a little bit. Like, some of you, it's like the battle's done. You already know who should stay and who should go in your life. You already know this, like, at a core level. Yeah, it's like the King of Swords here, air sign energy too. It's like, you know who you want in your orbit, your life. But there's something here where maybe some of those people broke your heart, or you broke theirs, so you walked away, and now you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And again, sitting on that horse, and like, doing nothing is still doing something. And what is that doing? It's postponing pain. Like, hand of God here confirming. I always use this in my decks. We have the yellow brick road. My fingers. I'm used to TikTok. Going to New Earth, hand of God there. But you making a choice not to take an action is an action. And therefore, you just stall your journey longer. And you have to ask yourself, you just hang out there and hangman. Instead of saying, no, I'm awakening. I want to activate my crown chakra. I'm going to follow God. Also, like, a gold car with like an American flag might mean something to you. I don't know why. It seems kind of random. But maybe if you see one, there's like a license plate or like an angel number or something. But yeah, you guys, your indecision, your waiting, that is still a decision, is causing your strength to weaken. Okay, because we gain strength in action. We gain strength through flowing with source. We see that angel number. We see that repeating number. We see a synchronicity, a sign, an animal, a bird, a dream. And it tells us clearly who we can and cannot trust. And instead of reaching out, we wait. And that literally, what does it do? I cannot make this up. It depletes your energy. Energy reversed. It depletes your energy, not anyone else's. Every time you take a forward action and you say, source, I want the new life. I want to build the empire. I want to be queen, king of my own kingdom. I want to align with you. I want to serve the collective. I want what? Wealth and abundance. That only comes in when you can take the action, though. So right now, if you're having financial difficulties, it's because your actions are not aligned with the higher realms fully. And so some of you also, you might be struggling with anxiety or disruptions in your life right now. And the disruptions and the anxiety are a physical manifestation of you not trusting the magic. This was reversed. You being so in your head and so logical, you're like, I just don't know. That doesn't seem like you're trying to figure it all out. And I think even some of you, you get hung up on like, who do I identify with? Or like who, you know, some people get into like me, I identify with Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene very highly. But I know many others identify with Atlantis or aliens or whatever it is. And you're like so hung up on trying to figure that out. You're not just like, I identify with it all. Because that's how I feel too. I'm like, I identify with it all. And you're just trying, you're overthinking. It's like, I just feel that energy right now of you're like, well, I should talk to them and I should cut out that friend, but then my job, but then this and that. And it's like, you got to sit down in stillness and say, okay, what's the first thing I know I need to do? And then do it. Whatever that is, you just do it. That is consciousness. That is ascending, because once you take that first action, it gets bigger and bigger. Look how it ripples out. It gets easier and easier and easier. The more you take an action and you flow, the easier it gets. I'm telling you. And this is as someone that like, I resisted that for quite a while. But the more I flow with source, the easier it gets. Hell, today they had me, I was buying shoes. They had me, I went the wrong way, made a wrong turn, and I realized, oh shit, I'm there. Lastly, too, some of you are sad. Ideation reversed. Like maybe you're overly obsessing about someone else. This could be like, it could be like a celebrity or like an organization, but it feels like it's a person, one or two people that you are just like, I want to be like them. I want to be like them. And it's like, you don't realize you're the shit. So if you don't want to be sad, if you want to grow, you're blocking your own growth thinking that other people are better than you because you're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting that you are just as amazing as everyone else. Anyone you see that you want to idolize or think is cool or like amazing is a direct mirror of who you are. And that's what you have to get to the point of. I got to that place with spiritual leaders. I was like, they're so amazing. It'd be so cool to be like them. Oh my gosh, wow. And then I realized, oh my God, God's showing me exactly who I will become if I choose to surrender and take action. So that is what I am becoming. And yeah, it's a process. Yeah, it's a back and forth trying to balance it all out. But you can do this. Balance is coming this month as you connect those dots, okay? So please, my Capricorns, reflect on how amazing you are, the success you have coming, okay? And like, I just feel called again, take a little rest here to ask yourself or reflect, meditation journal. Why are you looking up to others so much and not yourself, okay? Because you are what's amazing. You are amazing, okay? So get off that horse. You're not going to be left out in the cold. God's not leaving you out in the cold. Source, God, universe, whatever you resonate with, they love you. Also, I do feel like June 12th through the 16th will be very important for you as we have this full, like strawberry moon, the beginning of summer, solstice coming up. I just feel like that is going to be a big shift in your energy. So maybe that's a good time too if you want to move forward with a connection, if you're the more masculine energy, to reach out to maybe schedule plans. But something about that time frame seems significant, or maybe that's a time frame where you're called to release someone and just trust the universe, trust the process. So I love all of you. I will see you in July for that Tarotscope. And please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. If any of this resonated, please hit subscribe. I'm also on TikTok and I'm on Instagram, and you can find me at gingermama.com.